The Golden State Warriors are one of the more interesting teams heading into next year. They made one of the biggest moves they could in the trade deadline last season, acquiring Jimmy Butler. They have a big decision to make around Jonathan Kuminga, but the truth being told is this team is getting older and older. Yes, they have one of the best players in the NBA in Steph Curry on their team, but this list, apart from Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler, isn't amazing. We need to go out and get ourselves a center. We need to figure out what we're going to do with Kuminga. I'm thinking off the top of my head, we're potentially going to go and trade him to the Bulls, but there's a couple other ideas that I might have. So first things first, they don't have any team or player options. We have just Kuminga wanting the qualifying offer, but we're going to go in here and we're going to sign him to I reckon we do a 3-year, maybe with the team option. We'll go 3-year, 25 mil a year, just what he wants. And then it's a huge contract, I know, but this is kind of what he wants in real life. So we're going to give him that. And then I think all we need to do really is sign ourselves a point guard. Someone like AJ Mitchell is sitting here, dude. That is insane. Let's take him. He has been waived for some reason. So we sign AJ Mitchell as well. And then we can freely trade Kuminga now. If we go in here and we trade Kuminga with maybe a lottery protected first next year, what sort of offers are thrown our way? So Patrick Williams and Jalen Smith, that's interesting. Struce, Lonzo Ball, Anthony Simons. There's a Khalil Ware is an interesting one because we definitely need a center. But this team gets old very fast. So I'm not sure where we go. I think we need to go youth and then maybe try and bring in a better center, but I got no idea really. So Naz Reid and Dante DiVincenzo is interesting. Robert Williams, Thibault. Okay. So my idea is to talk to the Bulls or talk to the Bulls, yeah. And we're going to get Kobe White and Jalen Smith for Kuminga, and I'm going to offer 2 lottery protected firsts, and we're also going to throw in Buddy Hield, who they can't actually take on. Would they potentially take on, say, a Trace Jackson Davis instead? Does this get it done for Kobe White and Jalen Smith? They say no. Okay. Is there anything else we can really offer? There's not much we can offer in this trade. I don't want to give up any more firsts. Damn, this kind of sucks. I really wanted Kobe White. Maybe we go somewhere else. Like, would the Jazz be interested in someone like Kuminga? We can go and get like a Lauri Markkanen. I know that contract is massive and very scary. Or could we go and ask for someone else here? Could we maybe get like a Walker Kessler? I don't know. I don't know who else we'd ask for in this situation. I think maybe we can get this done without Kuminga. Like, could we maybe trade? Like, I'd like to get Walker Kessler just as a center on this team, full stop. So if we go Buddy Hield, if we go Trace Jackson Davis, and we go Guy Santos, does that get it done for Walker Kessler? Okay, the Jazz apparently want to get Walker Kessler out the door that bad. Okay, that's fine. Wow, that's very interesting. I'm thinking we're going to offer up a fair trade to Chicago for what's his name, Kobe White, but we're also going to just trade overwrite their decision. So Jonathan Kuminga for Kobe White, and then we're going to go Kuminga. We're going to go, who else? What we're going to offer up? Quinn Post for. Do we want Vucevic or do we want Jalen Smith? Let's ask for Jalen Smith. So Quinn Post, Kuminga, and then we'll offer up we'll just do top 10 protected, 2 top 10 protected picks here. Kuminga, Quinn Post for Kobe White, Jalen Smith. We're going to overwrite the trade because this is like a trade that's been heavily rumored this offseason. So we're just going to do that. And the Golden State Warriors get much better. So we got, obviously, AJ Mitchell. I doubt he gets waived, but we managed to get him. So Curry, White, and Podziemski, Moses Moody, and Butler. We need a backup power forward, and then that should be our whole little offseason here done. So, there's not many options here for the power forward spot. Did we sign Christian Wood to a minimum and switch him over? That literally might be our only option, unfortunately. We could try and bring back Kevon Looney. Apparently he got waived. Charles Bassey's also here. I guess we can sign Bassey. We can't actually sign Bassey. That was a lie. I don't know why it said we could. So let's sign Christian Wood, and he can have a year at the power forward spot, I guess. Does he go up or down? He stays the same. Okay. Christian Wood's back in the league. Okay. I think we made really good progression this offseason. Jimmy Butler's down, obviously. Draymond Green's down, and Christian Wood's down 1. But that's okay. This team is going to be very interesting, led by Steve Kerr. Hopefully we can make a splash this offseason. And then once these guys retire, that's a lot of salary cap that we're going to open up. And I don't know if we're going to keep Draymond. We'll keep Draymond for 1 more year, but next season we might accept his team option and then send him out the door. So let's see what happens. So the Golden State Warriors just won 58 games on the season. Luka MVP, Rookie of the Year Cooper Flag, Scoot 6th player, Depoy Wemby, Musa Diabate is your most improved, Clutch player Luka, and Jason Kidd is your Coach of the Year. So we definitely got beaten by the Mavs there in the record for the first seed. Walker Kessler on defensive team, which is lovely to see. And yeah, we are the 2 seed, which is lovely. That's great, considering the moves we made and how we kind of mortgaged our future a little bit. So, I mean, Jalen Smith was okay. Jalen Smith was great, really. Pajemski, I know he's playing like 20 minutes a game. The 3-point efficiency is great. AJ Mitchell was good in a backup point guard role. Walker Kessler was also good rebounds. Yeah, this team's looking good. Steph definitely carried. All right, so here we have our enemies, our crosstown rivals, the Kings. Let's see if we can get out of this one and we sweep. And now we draw the Denver Nuggets, who obviously are a very unstoppable force. They have such a good list, obviously led by Jokic, and we sweep. Okay, and now we draw the first seeded Dallas Mavericks. D'Angelo Russell. This is the first time I've actually seen D'Angelo Russell on this save, which is kind of cool. So they win game 1, we win game 2, we lose game 3 and game 4. Okay, so here's where we're going to drop it down to an 8-man rotation, and then we're going to kind of hope our old guys can hustle and get us over the line. So the Mavs have a good first quarter. We have a really good second quarter. The third quarter goes to the Mavs, and the fourth quarter, if we can hold strong. No, okay. We get eliminated. It's going to be Kyrie versus Jalen Brunson, and the Mavs sweep. So we lose to the eventual champions. This is where it gets harder because we're getting older while the Spurs are getting better. OKC are getting better. The Lakers might get better. Timberwolves get better. And the Mavs just continue to be dominant. All right, so wow. Steph Curry decides to call it time. Are there any other Warriors here that decide to call it time? It's just Steph Curry. So I'm going to overwrite this for 1 year, just 1 year. And then we will have 1 year without Steph, or maybe 2 years without Steph. Let's just make sure we don't have anyone else on this list here. Okay, from what I can see, we don't have, we have Christian Wood retiring, but that is going to be it. So Jimmy Butler should still be on our roster. So Steph, Jimmy, and Draymond Green. Okay, yeah, that should be fine. So moving forward to the draft lottery, we finished quite high up, so we should not own our first round pick this year. It's going to go to the Bulls. So I don't think we traded for any other picks either. So our pick there at number 29. Okay, that's fine. Staff signing, obviously, we're not going to get rid of Steve Kerr at all, one of the best coaches in the NBA. Is there room for us to potentially make a trade here and trade into the draft? I really don't think so. We're gonna need to sign Draymond Green to a 1-year extension, or we look to sign and trade him and try and get a bit better at the power forward spot. That's for sure. Jalen Smith was great for us, so I don't really want to trade him. So yeah, I think we don't trade into the draft, which kind of sucks. I wish we had some young players coming through, but that's fine. I don't want to trade Jalen Smith for nothing really. Rookie signing, obviously no one. Team player options. We will accept Draymond Green's offer here, or team option here. and Walker Kessler we're going to have to pay. So we won't have a completely empty cap sheet next year because I'm pretty sure Kobe White is a free agent as well. He is. So Walker Kessler wants about $30 million. He's restricted, but Kobe White's not. So I think we offer Kobe White, if we can do 31 for 3 years with, let's do 30, but we front load it a little bit. If we can bring it down to 30, that would be absolutely lovely. He agrees to come back. Cool. So all these guys we're going to announce the rights on because we'll restructure our bench a little bit. And then we'll wait on Walker Kessler. He's a free agent. He has got one offer. Is it going to be a realistic offer? It's just a qualifying offer. So we'll just sign Kobe White. So he's back. Has Walker Kessler 3 for 88. Okay, so let's do 4 for... Okay, maybe 4 for 28. And we'll also front load that. So maybe we bring it up a little bit to 30. Similar to Kobe White. But we'll do 4 for 30. For 3 years? 90 mil? Yeah, sure. Let's just do that. Hopefully he agrees. He's getting a contract from the Lakers. 4 years, 120. So about 30-something million dollars a year, which isn't too bad. Similar to what we were offering, actually. Yeah, that's fine. That's cool. So we sign up Walker Kessler. Now, I want to keep Steph and Jimmy. I don't really care much about Draymond Green. And that's mean to say, I know, but I think Draymond Green's going to regress a lot, and he's kind of like not great in 2K. So is there anyone here that we... Cam Johnson's interesting. We have to give up AJ Mitchell as well, which I don't really want to do. Fred VanVleet. Keldon Johnson is here. Not really a rebounding big that we would like. We could get an unprotected Wizards pick next year and Bryson Tilley. Okay. I mean, if the Wizards are going to be silly and offer us something like this, I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it. It sucks to see Draymond go, but we need draft picks, and I have to take that. So we have a big trade exception that we can use. Who are the options? Oh, the options here aren't very nice. Maybe we should have traded him for an actual player. Okay, so we don't have any power forwards at all. Oof, that is rough. Okay, so damn, we were probably a little bit silly in just making that move, to be honest. Okay, so I guess we're gonna have to maybe give Trey Lyles a year contract. We'll go 4 mil team option, and then yeah, all of these guys are gonna regress like crazy next year. So I guess we can sign like a Marvin Bagley. That's not a bad option. Sign a Marvin Bagley to a 2-year deal, and then we can move Jalen Smith. Okay, we can't afford Trey Lyles anymore. Oh, okay. I guess we get Dean Wade on the minimum. Okay, cool. And then we can move Jalen Smith over to the... Oh, this is rough. This is actually crazy rough. Move him to the power forward for a season. Unless we potentially want to maybe trade Jalen Smith and just hope that... And Bryson Tilley, and just hope that... and trade a swap worse in 2030. I don't know. Is there any point? I mean, Trenton Wofford's not too bad. I don't think he develops overly great, but we could definitely bring him in. We get Alvarado as well, which we don't really need. We could probably flip him. Derek Jones Jr. is not a bad option at all. Nikhil Alexander-Walker, Nick Smith, Carl Anderson, Dalton Connect, Jonathan Isaac. Yeah, Max Christie, Darren Holmes. Like, none of these guys really played too much last year, and I guess that's the contract that we're dealing with here, or the size of contract. But yeah, I mean, Gershon's not too bad. I guess we could take this deal. We have to give up another first. I don't want to give up another first, dude. They can't actually take on any other money. That's crazy. Okay, that sucks, man. Because I don't really want to take on Alvarado, but I think we're gonna have to. Would you do this without the first? Nah, they won't. Okay. I think trading Draymond Green for nothing kind of messed us up a little bit. Not gonna lie. If we go Jalen Smith and Bryson Tilley with a 2029 unprotected first instead. Justin Champagne's not too bad. That's actually not a bad option at all. Gershon and Hansen Yang, interesting. Dante DiVincenzo. Yeah, none of these. I mean, Carlo's not too bad, and we get Sadiq Bey that we could flip potentially. Yeah, these are great. Silly me. That's on me. Muhammad Gay might not be too bad. We get Kobe Buffkin there too. Derek Jones Jr. He might actually be the best option. Or we get Justin Champagnie and Alvarado. I'm gonna go Derek Jones Jr. I think. It sucks to trade Jalen Smith, who was one of our best players, but we're gonna get Derek Jones Jr. and a Clippers pick in 2029, and that's gonna be our season pretty much. Yeah, I think the defense is gonna be there, that's for sure, but I don't know how this team's gonna look on paper. Jimmy Butler's down to an 84, but everyone else is doing okay. So after this year, Jimmy Butler and Steph might retire, so we're going to have a lot of salary cap to kind of throw around, and we're going to have a really good Wizards pick, which I'm kind of excited about. That could get us a nice young player and hopefully be the face of the franchise once Jimmy calls it time and Steph calls it time. So I don't think we're going to stop at the deadline. SGA wins MVP. Rookie of the Year goes to Darren Peterson. AD Demansa is just 6th player of the year. Depoy goes to Wemby. Malachi Branham on the Mavs is your most improved. Clutch player goes to Cam Thomas on the Clippers. And then, Jason Kidd is the coach of the year. This save gets wit. How is Luka on the Wizards? Does that mean our pick is not going to be very good? Bro, we should have traded that. We should have traded it when we had the chance, man. That is crazy. Anyone else here? Change teams? No, it doesn't look like it. No. Okay, crazy. We are the 3 seed. So we dropped a little bit, but that's because our guys are getting older. Steph, Kobe White, AJ Mitchell, Butler, Moody, and Derek Jones Jr. So pretty interesting stuff there. We got Denver Nuggets who still haven't changed much. It's interesting to see. It's interesting to see sometimes like teams never change and others just change all the time. So we get through in 5, and now we are going to draw the 2nd seeded Spurs. So this is going to be a very interesting fight here. They have Stephon Castle playing the point guard. Okay, interesting. And Quinn and Grimes off the bench. Of course, they've just added Quinn and Grimes, another defensive beast. We're going to drop this to an 8-man rotation. And kind of, wait, what happened here? They want to play Dean Wade. I'd rather play Derek Jones Jr., man. So they are up 2-1. Now they're up 2-1. They're up 3-1, and we get eliminated in 5. So we made it to the 2nd round, just to lose to the eventual Western Conference champions and the eventual champions again. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Harrison Barnes calls it time. Wow. Okay, so Steph Curry and Draymond Green and Jimmy Butler don't call it time. Interesting. Go down to the draft lottery. We don't own our pick this year though, but we do own the unprotected pick from the Wizards, which isn't even in the lottery because they apparently got Luka Doncic. Where is it? It is sitting 15. Really? I was excited for a higher pick and we get 15. Okay, that's fine. NBA draft time. Let's go and draft for this pick. Pick 15. So Jordan Smith's here, Anthony Thompson's here, Sadiq White is here, Tim Duncan Hall of Fame. Do these guys have Hall of Fame? Okay, we're taking Sadiq White. We need a power forward anyway, and he just makes lots of sense out of Syracuse. going to sign him to a 2-year contract. AJ Mitchell's coming back on the team option. Qualifying offer, Brandon Podziemski, we're going to have to pay. And let's have a look and see. So Steph, let's give him a 1-year deal worth $42 million. And then Jimmy Butler will give you a 1-year deal worth, we'll go up a little bit, we'll go 30. Sign both those guys. And then Derek Jones Jr. will go maybe a 2-year deal, team option for 12. Okay, we'll see if we can bring all those guys back. And we do Dean Wade, Markel Fultz, and we have a trade exception still for Draymond Green. Interesting. We'll make sure we sign these guys. Perfect. Cool. And Podziemski wants way too much money. So I think we're going to hold off on that. So our team's going to be looking really interesting next year. Is there a power forward that we can sign? Aaron Wiggins is a good little addition to this team. We can sign Trendon Watford now if we wanted to. He wasn't too bad for Philly the last season he played. But would we rather Wiggins or would we rather... Who's taller? Wiggins is 6'5". Trendon Watford is 6'8". Let's sign Watford to... similar to what we did with Derek Jones Jr. Just a 5-year... a 2-year, but a team option, and we get him through the door. Okay, so next year our team is going to be Curry, Mitchell. It's going to be Kobe White, so we need a backup shooting guard. Okay, we can maybe switch Moses Moody over. So Sadiq White's going to have a year of development. Marvin Bagley's going to be the backup. Okay, so is there any shoot? Okay, so Podziemski's the shooting guard. But we don't really want to bring him in on that much money. So let's go to like day 8 or 9, maybe even 10. And okay, so Podziemski, his offers come down a little bit. 2 for 25. Let's go 3, but with a team option, and we'll front load that as well. He's declined. Okay, I guess we'll go 3 team option. We'll just flat rate it. Would you accept that? I think he might accept that. And he does. So 50 million guaranteed, 25 not guaranteed. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to kind of see what happens. So free agency, Bilal Coulibaly went to the Nuggets. The Bucks signed Grimes. Shaden Sharp to the Kings. Brandon Miller to the Wizards. Wow, there's a lot of interesting player movement. So yeah, Butler and... Curry continued to regress a little bit. Podziemski's up, White's up, Walker Kessler's up. I still think this team is capable, especially if we've got Sadiq White developing in the background. This might be the last year of Steph and Jimmy, and I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. I'm gonna just download a draft class from this creator for 4 years in the future because I don't like doing the auto-generated guys. They're never that great. So 2028 draft. Wow, that's actually insane to think about. Let's make sure we bring that up. And then I'm going to set this rotation and we'll see. Okay, so Steph Curry is retiring at the end of the year. That's locked in. So the rotation is going to be Curry, Podziemski. Actually, no, it's going to be White, Podziemski. So Butler, Derek Jones Jr., Walker Kessler, AJ Mitchell still can get 16 minutes. Marvin Bagley, 12. They're going to actually choose Sadiq White. Okay, so he can get some minutes. Derek Jones Jr. can get 30. Walker Kessler can get 33. Jimmy Butler can get 28. Kobe White, 30. Maybe 32. And maybe we'll go 30 to Jimmy Butler. What is our system efficiency looking like? Okay, not too bad. His first MVP. Double M is Rookie of the Year. 6th player, AJ Demansa. Wemby Depoy, Most Improved, Bilal Coulibaly. Darren Fox is your clutch player over in the Lakers, and Mark Daigneault is your coach of the year. So he won 48 games, which isn't too bad. Luka is still on the Wizards for whatever reason. I don't even know. I can't even tell you. We get Walker Kessler on defensive first team, and yeah, that's about it. We get Sadiq White, sorry, not double M. Sadiq White here on rookie second team, which is lovely. Okay, so the 5th seed going up against the New Orleans Pelicans. So what is our points per game looking like? So it's an okay spread. Like obviously some of these guys aren't going to be here next year. So we're going to have to find like our number 1 guy. It's going to be tough. This Pelicans team is looking mighty fine, not going to lie. So we win game 2, we lose game 1. We win game 3, we win game 4, and we lose game 5. but win game 6. Okay, cool. So now we draw OKC in this second round. Okay, so we haven't made it out of the second round this whole time. Whoa, what just happened? So they want to play Jimmy Butler off the bench. AJ. Okay, we'll see what they want to do. Game 1 goes to OKC. Game 2 goes to OKC. Maybe we switch it up now. I don't think they're going to. Game 3 goes to OKC. Damn, man. So Jimmy Butler, Steph Curry can't get out of the second round. We get eliminated in 5. And so the Mavs going up against Jokic on the Nets. Wow, and the Mavs Cooper Flag win it all. That's crazy. It's player retirements. There goes Steph. There goes Jimmy Butler. It's a new era here in Golden State. That's going to be pretty interesting to see how this really goes down. So I don't think we own any picks or anything this year. We own 24 actually, so we do own a pick. Interesting stuff. We're definitely going to bring back Steve Kerr. We're not going to let him go. We're going to let the other guys go, but we're not going to let Steve Kerr go. He still has some fight left in him, I believe. And let's go down here and... okay, most of our guys are actually free agents, so we can't actually trade anyone. So Marty Barnes is here. He looks okay. Zion Green's here. There's a couple of decent guys here. No one amazing. Okay, so this guy's Tim Duncan Hall of Fame. We found like maybe a steal here. So let's take Dawson Batty here, who could be a very valuable piece to maybe trade. I don't know. So yeah, Batty, welcome in. Derrick Jones Jr. I think we're going to decline both these guys because now we have those rooks that are going to be carrying that position, and it's just AJ Mitchell that we're going to have to extend. And I don't think we actually own his bird rights, unfortunately. Oh, we do, and Moses Moody is a free agent. Okay, so our team right now is Kobe White, Pajemski, and the 2 rooks and Walker Kessler. Okay, so do we think Kobe White can play the point guard? He goes down 1 as, like, what's his assists per game? Not bad. Pajemski's probably a little worse. So I think we move Kobe White to the point guard and maybe we try and find our small forward that we can sign. There's a few guys here, that's for sure. How far are we off, like, getting a Ja Morant type? We can afford a Ja Morant type. Okay. Interesting. Can we afford a Devin Booker? We can almost afford a Devin Booker. Alex Sarr, we can afford an Alex Sarr. Okay, Zion, we can possibly afford, which would be insane. That would be actually mental if we can get Zion. So let's offer him a max contract, I guess, player option, no trade clause, $50 million for Zion. Is there anyone else here that we would maybe want to sign? Zion, Walker Kessler, Kobe White. That's very interesting for sure. I don't think any of these guys I want to sign. Maybe Sarr, if we want to move him to the power forward spot. Doesn't shoot threes really well, but okay, he's going to be a little bit cheaper. Maybe we can have cap space for some other players. Let's have a look and see. Okay, so he's restricted though, so he might go back. Devin Booker probably will go back. Ja Morant, like we can maybe trade. Okay, we don't actually. Oh, we do have enough for him. Okay, let's see if we can get any of these guys, and then we'll make a decision. So let's see. We get Ja Morant or Zion. I'm thinking we take Zion. Zion would be kind of fun. We have to renounce the rights on somebody, so it has to be Moses Moody, unfortunately, which kind of sucks. But we can definitely probably bring him back if he chooses to. Or do we take Ja Morant? Do we take a point guard? Or do we take Zion? This is tough. This is really tough. I really like Zion. I really do. Zion at the small. We can move him to the small forward too. But Ja Morant is just like, he's a point guard. This is tough. This is really tough. I'm kind of thinking I want to take Ja Morant. Is he restricted though? I didn't see if he's restricted. I think he might be unrestricted. Oh, this is tough. This is tough. Because Jar would be really good to facilitate this team. Kobe White, Walker Kessler, the two rooks. Basically comes in and replaces Curry. Zion would be fun and all, but I feel like I never get Jar. I think we're going to go with Jar. We signed Ja Morant. Welcome, Ja Morant. That is crazy. Okay, and now we can bring back AJ Mitchell as the backup. We're going to sign him to a 4-year deal, and he is going to accept. He does. Where's Moses Moody? I don't think we can afford him, but I would like to potentially bring him back. Let's see if we can. Where's Moses Moody? Wait, is he not here anymore? Wait. Double. I don't know why it didn't register that I clicked it double. Sign. We can offer him 16 and a bit. So would he accept that? I don't know. Potentially he might accept that. He does. Okay. Crazy. Okay, what does this team look like now then? We can move Kobe White back to the shooting guard spot. And we can play Pajemski as the 6-man still, which I actually really like. So it's going to be Morant, Mitchell. It's going to be White and Pajemski, Moses Moody, the two rooks, Walker Kessler. So we need to sign some other guys. Ooh, okay. This is where it gets rough. I guess we can sign Vic Krejci. What's the backup center spots look like first? We can bring back Marvin Bagley. He hasn't been awful for us. So I think we might just bring him back. Yeah, let's just sign Marvin Bagley to a 4-year deal. He agrees to that. And are there any shooting guards? Lyndon Waters is here, but we can't really switch him over to... okay, so we don't have... Fontecchio's here, but he's going to regress like crazy. Trendon Watford's still here. Okay, we'll sign Trendon Watford for sure. We can switch him to the 2. Is there anyone else here that we can maybe just sign for? No, doesn't look like it. Any vibes, guys? Like Markel Fultz on a 1-year deal. That's not too bad. Markel Fultz could be a vibes guy. Okay, I'm happy with what we've done. I think we've still got a competitive team, hopefully to carry on. Alex Sarr's gone back to the Wizards. I didn't even realize that. Yeah, this team's looking pretty good, not gonna lie. Pajemski has just passed Kobe White, so Kobe White either can be traded or is just going to be a 6-man for us, which is pretty cool. I think we used our cap space really well, and I'm excited for this next year in charge. Wemby takes home MVP. Rookie of the Year goes to Polo Sariu. Dylan Harper, 6th player. Depoy Wemby. Hansen Yang is your most improved player. Darren Peterson, clutch player. And Coach of the Year goes to Jason Kidd. Pretty sure he's won one of those like every year. Luka is on NBA second team here. He's still playing for the Wizards, which is insane to me that he signed with the Wizards. We don't get anyone on any of these teams. We really don't get anyone on any of these teams, which is nuts. We do get Dawson Batty here, which is pretty cool to see. So we are the 6th seed. So we dropped off a little bit. Obviously, without Steph and Jimmy, things are a little bit different. Oh, for that pay packet, and we just gave him an extension. Kobe White's really not scoring too well. Maybe him or Pajemski are out the door. Pajemski's got 1 more year left after this. Moses Moody was good as a starter, that's for sure. Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see how we work this. We unfortunately have to play the San Antonio Spurs, who have they have Devin Booker. They have Devin Booker. Bro, they have Devin Booker. How did they manage to get Devin Booker? I don't understand. We get dog walked by the Spurs, who shouldn't be a 3 seed, but they get swept by the Mavs and the Hawks, and the Hawks choked a 3-0 lead, and the Mavs win in 7. Okay, this is our last year. This is our last year in charge. There's a lot of retirees here, a heck of a lot of retirees here. Moving down to the draft lottery. I don't think we own any picks in this year's draft. I could be wrong. It's going to the Clippers for that trade with Derek Jones Jr., who's not even here anymore. Fun. Great trade by me. Staff signing. Yep, Steve Kerr stays around. NBA draft time. We don't obviously have any picks in this draft. I don't think I want to trade anyone either. So another year where we don't have anyone to pick up. So that's fine. Team player options. Pajemski and Sadiq White are coming back. Qualifying offers. We don't have anyone here that's really like super important to us. So moratorium. Any free agents? I didn't think so. Okay, so I'm thinking we definitely need to use some of our assets that we have to maybe get an upgrade at the power forward spot, and then we can find someone for the small forward spot. So, I mean, Dame Sarr is just sitting here as a backup shooting guard. Nikhil Alexander-Walker as well. Dame Sarr would be awesome for our team. And we managed to land him. That's cool. So I think we'll bring back Trent and Watford if we can. I don't mind if we don't, but we signed Dame Sarr. He agrees to come over. And is there anyone else we want to sign? There's no one else that really tickles my fancy at all. Okay, so it's time to trade Pajemski, I think. I think he's the one that can definitely land us with some value, and we'll offer 2 unprotected 2030 picks for N Pajemski for hopefully something good. Bazalis is here. Oh, he could be really fun. And we get a new backup center. Could be okay. DeAndre Hunter's here. Taj Petway, Zubac, Gabe Neesmith. Yeah, there's some interesting options for sure. Bryce Sensabaugh, he's developed into a nice player. OG, it's like if he wasn't that worth that much, that probably would be interesting for me. Peyton Watson, Nemhard for sure could be interesting. Herb Jones as a starting small forward. Brandon Ingram is here as a starting small forward. Ooh, that's very tempting. Ingram could be a good scorer next to Jar. I actually don't hate that. We need a bit of scoring. He's probably a bit better than Pajemski, but he's 31. He could regress. Darius Acuff Jr. and Jabari Smith. Koa Pete is here too. Koa Pete looks like an absolute beast of a player at the small forward spot. We get a better backup center as well. Oh, okay. That might be where we do the trade. Tamani Kamara is interesting. Colin Murray Bowles and Michael. Okay, I'm think we have to do this trade. Good backup center, better small forward. He's going to develop nicely as well for two. Yeah, okay, we're doing that trade. Bam, that is huge for us. So Ja Morant, AJ Mitchell, White and Dame Sarr, Cole Pete, Moses Moody, White and Batty, Walker Kessler and Hardenstein. I think that's an absolute solid free agency for us and trade period. So yeah, this is where it's all going to kind of come to fruition. I think I'm hoping anyway. I think we've built a really good team. I could be completely wrong. Player progression could just hurt us right now. Walker Kessler's down 1. Koa Pete's up 1. Dame Sarr's up 2. White's up 2. Yeah, okay. All right. Please be nice to me, 2K. I'll see you guys at the end of the final year. This is it. No more do-overs. Final season, win or lose, this is it. Kay Cunningham is your MVP. Rookie of the year goes to Oladotten. Caleb Holt, 6th player of the year. Wemby D Point, most improved Dylan Mingo. Anthony Edwards, clutch player and coach of the year goes to Billy Donovan. Dude, the Pistons almost won 70 games. That is insane. Luka is on the Nuggets now, which is nuts. Jokic is on the Nets though, so they just switched teams. Ja Morant's here, which is cool to see. And that's going to be pretty much it. It looks like cool. We are a 1 seed. Okay, I thought we were going to be like a 2 or 3 seed. Ja Morant led the way. Sadiq White, Dame Sarr. Dame Sarr was an awesome. Kobe White, sorry. Dame Sarr was an awesome acquisition. That's insane. Sadiq White, Cole Pete, AJ Mitchell. AJ Mitchell was an absolute steal as well. So we draw Memphis first up, who have VJ Edgecombe now, Yabusele, Jaren Jackson. Pretty interesting team, not gonna lie. Game 1 goes to us. Game 2 goes to us. Game 3 goes to Memphis. Game 4 goes to us, and Game 5 goes to Memphis. Game 6 goes to Memphis. Bro, what? Why does 2K do this sometimes? All right, we're going to drop this to an 8-man rotation. I don't know who's going to be missing out. It's going to be Hardenstein and Batty, but that's okay. Let's go and see if Ja Morant can lift us out of this, or if the Grizzlies were right to let him go. Because this would be insane if we somehow choke this. But it looks... Wow. We won by 3. And now we draw the Spurs. We still have Devin Booker. Yeah, that's insane. Game 1 goes to us. Game 2 goes to us. Game 3 goes to us. And Game 4 goes to the Spurs. Game 5 goes to us. Okay, so we're through to Western Conference Finals against the Pelicans, who have a very interesting team. I like that addition of Khalil Ware with Steve Messi, like a young front court there. So we're going to 2-1. It's 2-2, 3-2. And we're going to another Game 7 here in the finals. So let's see how this goes. I'm hoping we can pull one out of the bag here. Ja Morant, can you please take us away? Oh, we're down by like 8 or 9. I'm hoping we just have a good third quarter and a good last quarter. We're getting blown out. Damn, man. We make it all the way here. It's Tyron Stokes versus Jokic, and the Pelicans win it all. Tyron Stokes is your finals MVP. Wow. They don't even have Zion anymore. Well, I tried my best to get Steph and Jimmy one last ring, and then we built a pretty good Warriors roster. Let me know what you would have done differently. I'm not sure I would have done anything differently, to be honest. I like the acquisitions that we've made. We definitely built a strong roster. So thank you guys so much for watching. The next video you will see, as promised, is going to be the 76ers rebuild video. And then we might do a Jazz video as well. So excited for what's to come. See you guys in the next one.